Hello people, and this is another game review by Masterson9195. Yay! That is it, isn't it? Yeah, 9195. I'm Masterson9132 and I've been joined by...
After you.
You missed your cue, Sam.
I didn't. I thought it was going to be you first, but I didn't know. So after
No,
you.
I'm always at the end.
Okay, I'm Launch995 as ever.
And I'm Sexy Back, Astra. Yes.
Well, apart from the
anyway,
sexy back, anyway.
For this video review, over to you, Anson, since
Yes.
you're recording this time round.
As you can see on my amazing Sony Vegas screen, because I use a good
bastard.
editing software, as you can see we are doing Pokemon Black and White today, and as you can tell it's in Japanese because I couldn't find an English version, so sorry about that. The Japanese,
Damn you,
apparently the
Google
Japs own
search.
Google nowadays as well.
Damn you, Google image search.
Yes, so basically, I'll allow Sam to start this one actually, of how well
What,
he thinks. This, oh,
Haha, he can't.
apparently his mum's a bit.
Shut up, YouTube.
Right, should I start this off then?
Yeah, you start off on what you thought of the game. Why not?
Well, first we've got to say the plot about it, you know, like we've done with SSBM or whatever. You know, basically it's about, you're some dude with long hair. It's true. Basically you're me. You
Yeah,
know,
basically you're
on-
Chris, yeah.
Of course, yeah. On the game, and you go around the world to catch Pokemon with your two friends, Bianca and Sharon. Sharon is a nerd and Bianca might be a les. But, sorry about that.
And she's blonde and she's female. That and Pokemon do not mix at all.
Hey,
Where did we get to?
work with Jinx. Jinx, we all know is a tranny.
He is,
Anyway.
she is a tranny.
Exactly.
Where
So...
did, I was about to say. What was I about to say? Start me off.
Oh, I was in the middle of the plot!
I can do the plot.
I was doing the plot. Leave me
I want to
alone.
do the plot. Let me do the plot.
You went off to see your mum, so
I had to go get the phone.
Okay, you have to go get the phone. So...
Chris
I
will do the plot this time, Samuel.
Oh.
You missed your chance. You're
Cap-
Sonic 06s. Anyway,
Yay!
But there is no
Since you
plot
know
to that
more about
game.
so anyway,
There's no plot to Sonic 06 though.
as I was saying, carrying on, right, with this, basically you go around the world catching Pokemon, trying to defeat the 8 gym leaders and beating the Elite Four. This is the first Pokemon game since the inception of Pokemon to actually have all the Pokemon from one certain gen as the only Pokemon you can catch before
Yeah,
beating
it's the first ever game like since Red and Blue to have a whole new cast of Pokemon. It's quite
Exactly, and not only a whole new cast of Pokemon, but no way of catching in the wild any Pokemon from gens 1 to 4 before defeating the champion.
you know,
It is a really good idea. It is
I like
really
that.
good.
Awesome, who has the most awesome name ever, N. Oh yes.
Right,
Well,
seeing as
he's
though
not,
we've
he's not technically the champion. He's
seeing as though we've gone over the
beats
plot,
champion.
we'll allow
He beat
Sam
the champion, therefore he is the champion. If the champion gets beaten, then the person who beat the champion is now the champion.
Yes.
Right, it worked.
Right, well, seeing as though we've gone over the plot, I guess we should allow Sam to start off with what he likes and dislikes about the game. So
Yes,
go
let's
ahead.
start then.
Well, I love the music. The music is top notch.
Like
It's-
Team Plasma.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, I love the music. I love the I love the music. I love the fact that they've gone to town. They've really tried to push the DS to its limit. Like normally, I feel that there's a bit, they could do more. Like on the Game Boy Color, all they did was take red and blue and color it differently. With black and white, there's a big difference to what Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Diamond Pearl and Platinum were before it. They've tried to push this system because it's the first time ever that 2 Pokemon games have come out on the same system, and they've really tried to push it to its limits. And I'm really happy they've done that. Things I don't like: the sinking sand in in the castle. That's annoying. It's really slow.
Yeah.
And also the obscenely high levels after you beat the game. It's kind of dickery, and that's unfair and bullshit. Chris, what about you?
I'll fill in for Chris.
Oh
Well,
my God.
to be fair, this is my point. I haven't actually listened to the music because I always have it with the sound off because I'm cool. From what I've been told, it's been good. The gameplay is as the same as all Pokemon games, really. You just go around and do all that stuff. The controls are nice. It all works really well. The graphics are brilliant. The new maps are fantastic. There are some new things included. But the new Pokemon okay, there are some really nice ones, but there are some really
There's a
horrible
fucking
ones.
ice cream.
There's an ice cream in there.
Koirum is a legend, just saying. By the way,
The-
sorry about that. Sorry about me going off there. I got called by my girlfriend's dad,
Cool,
but I'm
cool.
back now.
Well, yeah,
She's pregnant.
there is a
Shut up.
there is a fucking ice cream in a fucking bin bag, and unfortunately that sort of ruins it. And as Sam quite clearly said, there was
there's nothing wrong with Trubish. Trubish is actually okay, but as for Vanillish, Vanillux, and Vanillite, and Garb, whatever it's called, they are all shit.
Yeah, and annoyingly there are other Pokemon as well. I'm not going to go over them all because I'm going to be here all day, but there are quite a few that are either just not as good as they look or are just horrible full stop anyway.
However,
they did. It was almost. I think they were running low on ideas when they came to this game.
I think they were running low on ideas on the 4th gen. Yeah, they were finding evolutions for Pokemon that have already been established.
So yeah,
like
good.
Tangela.
Good
with an
thing.
evolution,
Yeah.
or Piloswine with an evolution,
And more evolutions.
Yeah.
and more evolutions.
So yeah, good things are the gameplay and the graphics and the maps. Bad things are they just didn't quite go to their full extent on new Pokemon, and they could have been a lot better and not more updated. Chris, what did you like and dislike about the game?
Well, glad you asked. I quite like the graphics, actually. Finally, you can get run over by a car. Well, you could.
Sort of.
Sort of. And also, I love that in that big city, I can't remember what it's called, the big city.
Yeah, I know where it's
It's the big city, yeah.
Yeah. We'll just go with that.
The big city, we'll call it the big city. There are loads of places where you can run over people on your bicycle.
It's funny.
Bicycle.
Exactly. It's brilliant, and you can just run into them, and they'll run the other way. I'm like, no, you're having a go at me. I'm going to continue running towards you, and stuff. So yeah, that's all good. Also, the fact that they've made the Pokemon sort of like move during the battle phases and stuff, that's quite good. And some of the new moves are quite good as well. Moves like Frost Breath,
Yeah.
awesome sounding moves and
Water
stuff like that.
gun,
They need more like that. And finally making the most of the level ranges. I mean,
Yes.
some Pokemon evolve at level 60, 70 now, when in the old days, the highest level Pokemon level
Only ever 55.
was 55, and that was with, Pupitar, Shelgon, Shelgon, and Dragonair. Those sort of things.
Oh no, guys, I'm didn't.
Metang, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, Metang was at level 45, I think.
All right. Well, we'll check that later and see in a later episode, see what happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, things I don't like about it. The fact that you have 2 rivals.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. I like the fact that there's 2 people beefing up your levels all the time.
Yeah, but it's really the only way for you to get everything in the Pokédex. When in the old days, actual trainers would have one
starters. They'd have starters. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Like in Gen 4, they did that a lot. A lot of people had.
Oh
like
yeah.
Church
Also, one thing I dislike is also having the 2 friends.
Mm.
That kind of is stupid.
You only need one. I mean,
Yeah.
they haven't really had a big rivalry, as in big rivalry, since Gen 2.
They haven't.
Yeah.
3, May or Brandon was your friend. 4, Barry, awesome as he is.
Oh, Barry,
your
what a
friend.
cock.
Barry, as awesome as he is with his Barry dance, but he was your friend as well, even though he kept trying to find you money or whatever.
Oh, come on, you.
And as for Bianca and Sharon, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But
Sharon wants to be the very best, like no one ever was.
yes, to catch him is his real test. To train him is his cause.
Plus, it's quite
Yes,
obvious that
so,
Sharon was an Asian
Well, that
emo.
was a blatant plug to the original Pokemon anime series, and to be honest, the original still the best.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you're literally right. If anybody likes nowadays Pokemon anime series, they need to be shot in the face and
I
crucified
can
in public.
watch it, but I can't enjoy it. I can watch it though quite well, but I can't enjoy it.
Definitely. So, Sam, the rating.
rating.
What would you say?
I'm just getting.
I'm gonna rate this quite highly. I'm gonna rate this at 80 because I think it's a breath of fresh air. It's something new, and they've tried very hard to try and make it different to other ones. It's still a classic Pokemon game, but critically they've changed some things. Like they tilt the angle of the camera sometimes to give it a more 3D perspective, and I like that. They've been trying to be imaginative. and I'm happy that Nintendo tried to do that.
I'm gonna have to give this only a 70 because yes, they've got the new graphics, they've tried new things, but some of the new things like the new Pokemon, which is one of the most important parts of the game, are just not up to standard as they could have been, and that, in my opinion, has quite ruined this game's rating. So it's just a 70 from me. What about you, Chris?
Well, I'm probably very close to you, Anderson. You know, in us personally and on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, but no.
Bromance rules. Come on.
Yeah. Some of the things that they put in the game, some of the new things they put in the game, they're good. You know, some of the things, you know, like for example, as Launch said about rotating the camera or whatever. You know, the thing is though, yeah, the sceneries are good, but the sprites are still the same. The sprites look bad.
Yeah.
When
They do. It's like that's why mine wouldn't be higher, because like when they move now, they have to make it a little bit more pixely, and that ruins it for me.
Exactly. It's like brilliant 3D cityscapes and stuff, and there's like a poxy little pixel face or whatever, you know. And you know, but apart from that, and you know, some of the Pokemon being crap, but they have brought in new types, which for the main Pokemon nerd is a good breath of fresh air, because it gives them, you know, it gives people a chance. Like for example, in the old days, a bug Pokemon was useless.
You know, now you got, like,
definitely.
you know, you got Volcarona now. It's like
Yeah.
Oh, they're
not
brilliant
only
now.
not only have you got Volcarona, but you've got Durant, and you've got
Leavanny.
Galvantua,
Leavanny.
Galvantia, you know, Venipede. You know, you've got all these. Plus, you've got all the old ones. As I said, I still get one on a 5th gen, and I'll probably still put it in my main team. But yeah, especially the bit where, you know, it's all new Pokemon until you beat the champion, until you beat N. You know, that is a good accessibility. You know, so I overall would give it. I'll actually probably give it higher than you two. I'm going to give it 84.
You said you were
Which
close
is
to
overall-
me, you little shit.
which is an overall, by the way, of 234.
So it isn't quite as good as as Melee, but it's almost as good.
It's worse than Brawl, but it's better.
But it's better than Shadow.
Oh, definitely better than Shadow.
So
Okay.
that's our
Yep, that's goodbye from him.
Bye from him.
and goodbye from her. Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Ah, fuck.
Hey.